Now let's update the workflow for our new project by editing the board. We'll click back to Project and view the project's board. Each column on the board represents a status in the workflow: backlog, selected for development, in progress, and done. The default workflows for project templates are provided to you as a starting point. In many cases they may be sufficient, but often you'll need to modify them to suit your business needs. We'll click the three dots here and select Board Settings. Then we'll go to the Columns page. Here you can add, remove, reorder, and rename columns. The columns are based on workflow statuses. Note that it indicates this is a simplified workflow, so issues can move from any column to any other column. We're going to remove Selected for Development and add a Review column. So in the Selected for Development column, we'll click the Delete icon. Then in the Unmapped Statuses column, we'll click the X and then Remove to delete the Selected for Development status from the workflow. Now we'll add a new column by clicking Add Column. We'll name it Review, leave the category as In Progress, and click Add. The Review column is added along with the review status, which already exists in Jira. Let's grab the grey dots at the top of the Review column and see how you can easily move the column. We'll return it to be in between In Progress and Done. Now let's go back to the board and view the new workflow. Let's create a new issue. Click Create, and now we can move the issue around on the board and confirm that we can move it from any column to any other column. Now let's return to Project Settings and we'll go to the Workflows page. Here you can see that in the project's workflow scheme, this workflow applies to all issue types in the project. Let's click Diagram next to the workflow, and here you see a diagrammatic representation of the default workflow for this project. We'll close the dialog, and now we'll click this Edit icon. This takes us to the Advanced Workflow Editor. You can use this workflow editor to edit workflows, but this is typically done for more complex workflows that are not using the simplified workflow. So we'll click Discard Draft and then Discard. Now we'll return to the project and open our new issue. And we'll click this Workflow Status drop-down. As well as moving issues on the board, you can also move issues through the workflow by selecting a new status here. And if you click on this View Workflow, this shows you the workflow for this issue. When you have projects with more than one workflow, this is a quick way to see which workflow a particular issue is using. Let's now close this dialog, and we'll close the issue.